Era 2. Egypt's first dynasties. What transforms a river valley into a kingdom? What turns scattered settlements into a unified civilization? And what gives one human being the authority to rule as a god? Along the banks of the Nile, these questions were not debated, they were answered. This chapter is Egypt's first dynasties. I am the Timekeeper, and this is your history told through my voice. Come, walk with me through time and witness the world as it was meant to be remembered. Now let's open our book of wisdom and I'll show you the full disclosure of it. Segment 1, where we stand in time. We now arrive around 3100 BCE. In northeastern Africa, along the life-giving flow of the Nile River, a series of small settlements begin to align. The Nile is unlike any other river we have seen. Each year, it floods predictably, depositing rich silt across its banks. This creates a narrow ribbon of fertile land surrounded by vast desert. Isolation and abundance exist side by side. Over time, two distinct regions emerge. Upper Egypt in the south, a stretch of river valley. Lower Egypt in the north, a delta spreading toward the Mediterranean. For centuries, these regions develop separately, until one moment changes everything. Segment 2, Division before unity. Before Egypt becomes a kingdom, it is divided. Local rulers control different territories. Communities compete for resources, for influence, for control of trade along the Nile. Symbols begin to emerge. Crowns, standards, animal motifs, representing different regions. Power is still fragmented, and yet the geography of the Nile suggests something inevitable. A single river, a single flow, a natural corridor that connects all settlements. The tension grows. Can this land remain divided when everything about it points toward unity? Segment 3, the unification of Egypt. Around 3100 BCE, a ruler known as Nama, often identified with the legendary Menes, achieves something unprecedented. He unifies Upper and Lower Egypt. This moment is captured symbolically in what we now call the Nama palette, a carved stone artifact showing a ruler wearing both crowns, the white crown of Upper Egypt, the red crown of Lower Egypt. This is more than political victory. It is the birth of the Egyptian state. For the first time, a single authority governs the entire Nile region, and with that authority comes something new, a ruler who is not just king, but divine. Segment 4, the rise of divine kingship. In early dynastic Egypt, the king, later called the pharaoh, is not merely a leader, he is a mediator between worlds, between humans and gods, between order and chaos. This concept is known as Ma'at, the principle of cosmic balance, truth, and harmony. The pharaoh's role is to maintain Ma'at, to ensure the Nile floods as expected, crops grow, society remains stable, political power and cosmic order become inseparable. Administration begins to formalize. Writing emerges in the form of hieroglyphs. Records are kept. Taxes are collected. Labor is organized. The state is no longer just a territory. It is a system of belief, governance, and continuity. Segment 5, civilization as continuity. In many early societies, power is unstable. Leaders rise and fall, structures collapse. But Egypt introduces something different: continuity. Dynasties, successions of rulers, create a sense of permanence. Time itself begins to be organized, not just by seasons, but by reigns. The king is not just a ruler of the present. He is part of an unbroken chain stretching into the past and future. Civilization becomes not just a system of survival, but a system of memory and legacy. Segment 6, foundations of an enduring civilization. From these first dynasties, a pattern is established: centralized governance, religious authority, administrative structure. These foundations will support monumental architecture, large-scale labor organization, complex economic systems. In the centuries that follow, Egypt will build temples, tombs, and eventually the pyramids. But those achievements do not emerge suddenly. They are made possible by the stability created during these early dynasties. The system works, and because it works, it endures. For nearly 3,000 years, along the Nile, a river continues to flow, year after year, flood after flood, but now something flows alongside it. A civilization, structured, unified, continuous. The first dynasties of Egypt did not just create a kingdom, they created a model of order that would outlast empires. And in doing so, they answered a question that every civilization must face. How do you turn time into permanence?